Welcome to your TGIF edition of Lunch at the Market. Wow, when has that ever been more true than today? Doesn't this feel like last February? We think so, which is why we sold off yesterday's rally and used the bullish action to buy the remaining puts we needed heading into options expiration next week. Now we held February and January, so we pulled the ripcord on the huge down day, February 3rd, and then bought puts in the move up this week, except now we own March puts. We think that the 12-month period we have rolling up may just be the opportunity people need to get out of positions on long-term capital gains versus the rates on short-term. So once the selling pressure abates in mid-March, we're looking at getting back into our 1200 to 1215 price target on the S&P. For the math on that, you'll have to visit the blog. You can find a link to it right on the Magnum Financial homepage by clicking on the button for the blog. There's a series of 4 buttons in a 4-square pattern right there on the homepage, so click on the blog button and it will take you right to all the articles. When you have some free time on Monday, since the markets will be closed, you can read the 10 new articles that we're releasing this weekend, starting with today, so keep checking back for new content. Okay, on the remaining 4 names from the S&P Top 10 list that they announced last week on the World Money Show in Orlando, Florida, Noble Corp, an offshore driller based in Switzerland, just recently announced it will be doubling its return to investors through special dividends this year. That should be in addition to the regular dividend of about 1% it currently pays. That sure isn't a bad start. That announcement was made on Monday. The company trades with a PE of 6.3. Wow, that is clearly the best PE of the bunch we've had so far, and the light sure is turning green over here from our point of view. Forward PE is only 7.4, so it indicates a tough year for them, but the PEG is 0.62, and that is by far the best PEG of the top 10. PEG is the number that looks 5 years out as well, so while the short-term environment is challenging, Noble Corp looks like a place to be. Margins are about 50%, and that's right, that was not a mistake. 50% margins with ROA of 16% and ROE of 56%. The company's debt to cash is 1-to-1. Talk about fiscal responsibility, and it looks great. They have operating cash flow of $2.14 billion and levered free cash flow of $271 million with a payout ratio on the dividend of 3%. Not a whole lot of capital is being expended on a percentage basis to pay that dividend out. This one looks like a very strong buy. We'd start your position right here, right now, and then see where March takes us. But this company is priced for no growth at all, and after this week's energy conference, heck, after the president's comments, we think offshore drilling will only get more important going forward. Teva Pharmaceutical is a company we've recommended previously, so we'll try to be quick about it. They're a genetic drug maker based in Israel. They have a very wide range of drugs on the market, currently trade with a 53, but forward PE is only 12.94, so you should expect a massive increase in their earnings to get to that number. PEG is 1.14, similar to the ones we saw yesterday from IBM and GNTX. Teva has a $1.78 billion in cash to $5.78 billion in debt, so it's about 3-to-1. Pretty darn healthy, gives the $3.39 billion in operating cash flow and $1.48 billion levered free cash flow, net of the debt servicing. Profit margins are 7.36% and operating margins are 24%. We're buyers of this stock on any weakness. The 200-day moving average is 53, but the stock is right around its 52-week high here at nearly $59. Textron, symbol TXT, operates in the smaller aircraft market. They're probably still seeing pressure on their corporate segment, but they also sell helicopters to hospitals, police, fire, and other buyers. So they have diversified business in aircraft. They also produce precision weapons, airborne and ground-based surveillance systems, intelligence and situational awareness software. They also have a host of other defense businesses that we like in the defense sector. They've had a series of losses, so you're looking for a turnaround. But we think there is reason to be optimistic that will come. Be careful though, the PEG is 2.05, so you're right at the top end of the 2 times growth range. Forward PE is 14, and they have levered free cash flow of $5.4 billion and $1.23 billion operating cash flow. This indicates that they have probably accessed credit preemptively and don't have a reason to use it. Usually we see levered free cash flow as a lower number, but this isn't the case here. They seem to be doing a great job getting through a very tough period after the campaign to end private jet flights by the government last summer. They have $6.42 a share of cash on hand, and that's a third of their share price. We're a cautious buyer of this name. Finally, a company we really like, USG Corp. USG is a manufacturer and and distribution of building materials worldwide. They have gypsum wallboard as their main product. They do interior systems like ceiling grids and tiles, as well as gypsum-based agricultural products for soil conditioning. They were started in 1901 and have seen their share of recessions. You are completely banking on a turnaround in the worldwide construction with this name, but we like it under $14. Be aware they levered 2.84 to 1, so it's not terrible. But they haven't been profitable, and we see no forward PE projections as well. But they have $6.94 in cash per share. That's about 53% of the stock price. We like to see companies trading with that type of valuation. This is another turnaround play, but we like all four of the companies today. On a sliding scale, we'd buy more Noble and then less of everything else down the list, but we only outright toss 2 names from the S&P's top 10 list. If you missed the other episodes this week, for our coverage of the Energy Conference, you can go to www.magnumopusfinancial.com and click on the MOF TV button from the MOF News Network, and it'll take you right to our MO Financial branded YouTube channel, where you can look through all the past broadcasts. Thanks again for tuning in to the final segment of the S&P's Top 10 from the World Money Show, and have a great weekend.